Good morning, Anambra. Good morning from wherever you are watching across the globe. This is welcoming you to our show. Good morning, Anambra. Today we have one topic that is making waves across Nigeria and beyond. That is Nigerian currency, the new Nigerian notes. And of course, Nigerians woke up last week to the news of redesigning the Naira by the CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria, and Governor Emefiele, who is the CBN man. A few days later, our dear Minister for Finance, Zaina, said she was not aware of any plans to redesign the Naira, that she only had it on the news. And yesterday, our President Muhammadu Buhari, said he is in full support of the whole process to redesign the Naira. Now, it is no news that currencies are changed or redesigned from time to time when and if the need arises. But the question is this timely? Are the relevant authorities or stakeholders in the financial sector of the nation, were they duly consulted? And of course, in a country of more than 200 million people, do you put them into consideration in making certain policies that affect them? These and more stories are bugging the minds of Nigerians. And of course, we have Nigerians in the studio to help us look at this topic. And of course, my colleague in the studio, how are you this morning?
I'm good. Ajulu Chukwuka, we're welcoming you to Anambra this morning. And I hope that with what we have for you this morning, you definitely have a whole lot to make your contributions. Thank you.
All right, the two great Nigerians we have, one is the corporate expert or social affairs analyst, Chief Raf Wike. Good to have you in the studio, sir.
Good morning, my colleagues, my fellow discussants, and the presenter. It's good we discuss on this matter.
All right. We also welcome the economic consultant in the studio, Iche Mike Odumodu. Good to have you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, and good morning, viewers over the world.
All right. Now, Wike, let me begin with you. What was your reaction the very first time you heard about this news?
Well, as an accountant, I don't know. I thought it's very embarrassing to me. I say embarrassing in the sense of timing. Why now? Our problem in this country is that we don't take actions when it is necessary. And we always take actions when, no matter how lofty that policy may be, people will see it from different angles. Election is just a few months now, and you are going into redesigning of our currency. Can that redesigning of the currency the issue we have at hand today? I think with the issue we have at hand today borders on the security of this nation, hunger in the states, flood ravaging every nook and crannies of this country.
So you didn't quite understand the news, owing that there are so many other things at hand to be addressed before actually going into redesigning the Naira.
I said that all those things, look at what I say, that the problem with this country goes beyond redesigning of Naira. If you redesign the Naira today, can it affect the purchasing power of Naira? Can it purchase? No. Where the productivity of this country is very, very low. Farmers cannot go to farm because of the issue of insecurity. What are we producing? How much are we earning as foreign exchange? Our oil is being stolen and nobody is talking. Is it the problem we have? Redesigning Naira? Tomorrow, go to events, social gatherings. You see the Naira being sold. Mint. People are buying Naira as if it's an ordinary commodity in the market. And we have central bank. I'm even doubting whether we still have central bank.
Central bank anyway, because the information came from the central bank. And the reason, part of the reason was because they said prior to the election that is coming up next year, that a lot of money, in fact, they said 86% of Nigerian money is being stashed somewhere. So central bank deemed it necessary to redesign the notes so that people would definitely make this cash available in order to equally boost the economy. What's your take on that?
It is selfish. I said it is selfish.
Selfish on the part of people, Nigerians hoarding money.
Today's reading in the, go to Philippians chapter 2, verse 2 to 5. You have to take decision that is not self-centered. This one is self-centered. Is it now that Nigerians know that there are a lot of currency outside the banking sector? Is it only these few months to the election? Is Nigeria still spending naira? If you go to this, what do you call it, political rally, what they give is dollar. You have given them the license to, change more of the naira in circulation to dollar and stack it again. Sheikh Gumi said yesterday that kidnappers will now start demanding for dollar instead of naira. So there are a lot of implications as far as, as I see it.
All right, we'll still get to that. But now, Mike, you are in Nigeria and living in Nigeria. What's your reaction when you first heard this news?
Thank you very much. Yeah, my reaction was that especially that the rebranding of the Naira is not timely. It's not timely at all. And the period is short, from 15th of December to 31st January. Is short for Naira to be rebranded and the old notes will be phased out. So it's not timely. Again, there are other issues, but that is the major issue anyway. The other issue is that I looked at the cost of rebranding of the Naira. The cost is so much on the high side. Because for you to rebrand the 200 Naira note, it can take you more than, it can take you so much money. It's not something that you just do. Because when you talk of rebranding 200 Naira, it's not 200 Naira, Nigerian 200 Naira that you will use. It's not the equivalent of 200 Naira in the market. It costs more than that 200 Naira. Far much 200 than that. You can use up to 5,000 Naira to rebrand the 200 Naira, one note. So it is costly redesigning. It is costly rebranding. And you do it to 200, you do it to 500, you do it to 1,000, which means you will be, wasting so much money to rebrand. And that is why it is not timely. Because if we had started around, say, March this year, February and all that, and you give enough notice, when you bring if you redesign and bring it out, you allow a lot of time to flow between the new one and the old one so that there wouldn't be stampede. What we are going to now is that within this period of December and January, there will be stampede in the banks. People will be bringing out their old notes to go and deposit. So by that, there will be a kind of chaos, in the system. So the CBN is they just want to overheat the system. But where I see an advantage there is because most of these politicians have packed so much naira in their warehouses. So what they will do now is to go and bring out those money from the warehouses, and the central bank will take hold of them, or the banks will take hold of them, so that the economic policy will kind of balance between money being held by individuals and the money within the monetary system. So that this will make a way for the government and for the people to know that this level of money is in circulation. Because as at now, we don't know the amount of money that is within the Nigerian, the CBN or the banking system, which ordinarily is what the CBN will always do. Because there is a way of checking it. If you want to check the amount that is in circulation in Nigeria today, CBN will call for a report from the commercial banks. Give us your report of all the money that is in your bank. And maybe First Bank will do their own, UBA will do their own, Zenith and all these, because it's easy to know within the banks the amount they are holding. And you push it to Central Bank, and Central Bank will tell us this is how much that is in circulation in Nigeria.
So, thank you, sir. I'm happy that you've said there is a positive note.
Yes, there is certainly.
You understand? Yes. In the redesign. And you made mention of the chaos it will cause. You understand, Nigerians, you understand?
Yes.
Based on the time frame.
The time frame is
when... And you think that the Central Bank of Nigeria wouldn't have factored in measures in order to forestall all of these things that you just made mention? Because this is not even the first time Nigeria has had a change of currency.
Yes.
But part of what the Central Bank governor said was that Nigeria was long overdue. The last one was done about 14 years ago. That normally in world economics, it takes about a decade or less than a decade for the countries to have their redesigning so as to forestall counterfeiting, boost inflation, and again, minimize the influx of starch stocking. So if you come out to say that this time is not it, when ideally is the right time to do that?
Oh, thank you very much. Picking on what you have just said,
yeah.
MFLA, the Central Bank governor, I think he has stayed up to 7 years in office or something. Yeah. Yes, if MFLA had stayed 7 years in the office, and this time, I don't think is the proper time. Having stayed this number of years in that office, and I don't think this is the proper time for him to say, I have woken up. This is the time I will now do it, so that he wouldn't affect this or affect that. No, he could have done it long time ago.
Long time ago might not be the 14 years gap that Nigeria has between the last time we redesigned our currency.
No, it was done under IBB. It was done under President Ibrahim Babangida.
Yeah.
That was when the money was last exchanged. So it's 5 years. It could be 5 years to 8 years is when you can rebrand your currency. It must not be 11 years or 20 years. But what I'm saying is that the CBN governor could have done it even within this year. Let's set apart these other 6 years or so he was in office. But within this year, he knows we're moving into election year. He could have suggested to the president and the National Assembly that let us do this. It's not when we are almost close to the election period. And we are saying we are going to do this thing in almost in a month and 2 weeks.
Okay, you're foreseeing five-brigade approach.
Yes,
okay,
because there will be a stampede in the banks.
Okay,
there will be a kind of chaos in the system.
This news is trending everywhere.
Yeah.
It's been a discourse on virtually all the media stations today. And there's been concerns from experts. Some say the timing is not right. And even some said some people might go in to bring out the money they have and start changing, which as at yesterday, the dollar is $800 to $1 and so many other things. Now, government of Nigeria is hearing all this. Is hearing the cries of people, the complaints coming from people. What do you think, or what do you think the government should do? Because when you throw open, you want to do something, and people are reacting positively, negatively. What do you expect the government to do at this time?
What government has had enough, a lot of information concerning this, yes, this as we continue, so we're still hammering on the time. It is time bad. They have had it and they know. If you are in government and you tell me that changing of Naira at this critical moment is okay with our economy, it is not. It is not. How much is the cup of Gary in the market? I think we have other pressing needs that we pursue at this critical time. How do we dredge River Niger so that there will be no longer flooding? River Benue? How do we settle the people that have been ravaged by floods?
Expect the government to rescind their decision?
The government, if they are the government, sensitive government that are sensitive to the plight of the people, they should cancel it. They should, recede on this decision, knowing the implication, the social and economic implication.
And don't you think the CBN governor could be, maybe because there will be new government next year, I might be leaving the state, let me do this now that I'm still here?
He is not independent.
Okay.
As far as CBN governor, he is a card-carrying member of APC. He is not independent. He is under, he is acting on the instruction of the president. That's why I can get approval from the president to redesign an Naira within a period of 3 months. I say it is selfish. And CBN governor is not an independent CBN governor. He is working for somebody. So I don't know. People, let me hope that this one, they may, listening to the people. They listened before?
I think what you're trying to say in essence is that since you're saying it's not appropriate, are you bearing in mind the cost of printing the Naira? Because as we speak,
my colleague said it.
You understand? As we speak, I don't believe that come the 15th of November, that this Naira will be, this Naira will just come out. I'm sure, December rather, I beg your pardon. I'm sure that money is stashed somewhere, just waiting for an approval. So, based on what Nigerians are clamoring for and what the economy of Nigeria is on the value to Naira and dollar, do you think that printing the Naira, one, will it forestall counterfeiting? Because that was one of the reasons the CBN gave. You understand? That they want to, that the Naira has been counterfeited multiple times. That is the 500 and the 1,000 Naira note. That's secondly. Now, like we said, how would that woman doing business in the rural area that has no bank account, how will she take her money? Because I'm sure that there are people, genuinely business owners, that will have their money lost because the time frame is too short. So what do you think the government can do in order to forestall this too, please, quickly?
All I'm saying that government should defer. I'm not saying that it's not their responsibility. It is the responsibility of the central bank to change Naira within the time frame given by the Central Bank Act. Have they done that? It is over 14 years now. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying that this particular time is bad for it to be done. So the cost elements of it is, Nigeria don't consider cost. And that is why we're in trouble. They only consider of how does it benefit one politician or the other. Do they think of common man? You are thinking of somebody in the village. Do they know that there's somebody in the village that not be able to change his or her money within that period? They're in Abuja enjoying themselves. Do they know what is happening in the rural areas? If you ask Mihere, how much do you sell 1 cup of Gari? He doesn't know. He's feeding from the purse of government. That's why he can wake up, go to President Buhari, he will sign and tell him to resign this at this particular time.
And actually, that was contained in my, in my introduction.
Yes.
That a country of more than 200 million people, whether they put them into consideration in making certain policies.
Yes.
Just like we keep saying the timing, and what you just said. Now, there's this contradicting responses from the finance minister that doesn't know, and Mefele saying that they've taken, they went through due process to do what they are doing. And the president coming out to say that I am in full support of the whole process. Now, do you think the relevant authorities or stakeholders were involved in this decision?
Okay, thank you very much. I think from what is playing out, the Minister for Finance, MFLA, and the President, it's not coordinated. The decision was taken as a draconian decision, as if it is a military regime that we are in. In this issue of rebranding of the Naira, the National Assembly is supposed to be part of it.
Because there should be, I think there should be people that
we talk about, are we going to, why are we doing it, No, it's not only MFLA telling us. I think that every financial expert or financial personality knows that all those things MFLA said are the reasons for rebranding. And another reason even for branding is that notes get old. Sometimes within 5 years and or thereabout, notes get old. And when they get old and become mutilated notes, you need to move them out. You don't keep because there are so many experiences we had very recently, where they said if you go to a commercial bank, they said if you come with a mutilated note, we are not changing it. You go to central bank to change it. So rebranding, we know that there are reasons for doing that, but taking this decision is not. It is not, a decision that is complete. There are many things that are missing in the decision they have taken. Rebranding again, I want to add, I want to tell you that it had some other, dangers. Because while the CBN will be talking to you on the surface, rebranding is one of the reasons, even for picking money by especially the of Naira, they are rebranding. They just told us the notes.
Yeah.
We're supposed to know you are rebranding maybe 1 trillion of Naira. That's the total amount
of all denominations.
Of all the denominations you are rebranding. That is 1 trillion. Who will know it? But this time, we don't know how much they are redesigning. Because if they want to redesign 1 trillion, supposing they go ahead to redesign 5 trillion, and some of these other ones goes into people's pockets. Do you have any mirror or any oracle to tell you this is what has happened?
All right.
So this is the nature of
all
rebranding.
Right. You said somehow you don't feel it's coordinated or well coordinated.
But I just want to add something shortly.
We'll still get to you.
Okay.
The program is still Good Morning Anambra. Nigerian currency, new Nigerian notes, how timely it is, and so on and so forth. We take a short break here. Let's feel the pulse of the masses. We'll be right back after now.
Okay.
I see under text, under meaning, underlying intentional about it. Just the first time I heard about it, I think, or I thought that they want to check some politicians against next year's election, vote buying, and something that is to check them, to muzzle some, to weaken them, emasculate their powers of sharing money, to reduce the circulation of money in the system or in the economy or in the country during the election days. So it will affect people. Maybe if you look at it, but the implication is that the election will be somehow free because the vote buying will not work because they stuck their money somewhere. Then they will come out because they won't go to bank and look and get such amount of cash they will share.
We can understand the whole procedure. You can understand. We all Nigerians. We know how efficient all these institutions are. So we know for sure that it's going to be beneficial to those of them with access to power, those of them with access to MDs of banks, etc., etc. So that's what we are looking at. They want to keep Nigerians hungry during the election year so that they can easily buy votes. Imagine somebody with maybe small savings of 40,000 naira, and then he has to queue up in UBA or somewhere, and then if he's unable to exchange his money, what is he going to do? A politician from his own party comes up with 1,000. One must survive.
There's nothing bad, but at the same time, it shouldn't be our priority. You understand it? Sometimes I get disappointed the kind of decision our leader makes. I'm very sorry about that. But at this point in time, we shouldn't be talking about new currency. We should be talking about some other things that are more important. Education, we lack infrastructure, no law and order. You understand it? A lot of bad governance. And then that should be our priority. No food and things like that. And things are getting worse. So that should be our priority, not currency. What will currency do? Will it add to our GDP? If it will, then it will be a good one. But when it's not, what's important? So we should know our priority. I don't think we know our priority.
Anambra, makana abia ime afia. Enwegasi many counters na circulate kita. Nke mo wan nwekwara experience ya. Na one day onwe one boy biara igo afia. Wolo 1,000 naira nye onya. O webu na the money bo counter. So when you choputazie the woman dokasia ego. So I feel kwa no put am about 500 and 200 naira na enwegasi kwa counters. So all the woman obu na change.
Welcome back to the studio. It's still good morning, Anambra, talking Nigerian currency, the new Nigerian notes, with two experts in the studio, Chief Ralph Mwike and Iche Mike Odumodu. And we are still here.
Just like we just heard from the pulse of Nigerians while they were talking on the street, most of them are still reiterating what we are talking about here. Some saying that the timing is not right, that we have more pressing needs, you understand? But shortly before we went on the street walk, you understand, we were talking about feeling what Nigerians are actually saying based on if it's right, how do we get the rural people, you understand, to breach that 1 month plus gap in order to get their currency changed, you understand? And we're talking about following due process, you understand? If the finance ministry, just like the minister, Zainab, came up to say that she wasn't aware, and then the president coming up to say that all approval has been given. But shortly before the break, you were saying something about the central bank having probably their own personal agenda to probably print more than they will now stipulate to Nigerians. Exactly. Please, can you have more on that issue so that we can discuss
I said it because I remember I said that what they want to do, what the CBN wants to do by that redesigning, they have not come up to tell Nigerians this is how much money they are redesigning. They only told us the notes they are redesigning.
But then
the quantum of the money they want to redesign.
Then they gave us a figure, as in percentage, that certain percentage of Nigerian currency is not in circulation. Isn't that enough to work with?
No, it's not enough to work with. They will tell us the total money in circulation. That is total money in circulation. Yeah. That means the total money in the banks and the CBN.
And in private stash houses.
And in private, the private stash houses, they will not know that one. That is the percentage they were telling us that they are not aware of. But let them tell us the percentage they are aware of. So when we know the percentage, we will know the figure. It is not difficult to know the figure that is in circulation in commercial banks and in central bank. In Nigeria, it is a 1 week report. CBN will get that report and tell Nigerians, this is the position, this is the quantum of money that officially in circulation. And we will know that. So these are things, these ones they are doing without appropriate report. Just coming to tell us we will redesign. Some people are counterfeiting. They are doing this one and doing the other one. It is not enough. They're supposed to give us every detail of what they are doing. So that by the time they finish,
I wonder how many policies that Nigerians have been contracted or contacted to, have been informed, like having town hall meetings to let you know what they are doing. I wonder how many times they've done it. But Wike, let me come to you. Let's look at the impact this could have on average Nigerian and the economy of the nation, positive or negative, please.
Well, I normally start from the negative. Why? Yes, because I'm a Nigerian. Okay. It is going to be catastrophic. My friend has just said it. If you are making a policy where you cannot disclose, one of the things in accounting that you must disclose every fact so that we could defend it. If you now tell me that 3 months is enough for you to rebrand and do all this and do this, it is cock and bull story. For some of us that are in the financial, no, as an accountant, I know what it takes for somebody to, you're a custodian. Central Bank is nothing but a custodian of Nigerian currency.
All right, please hold it. Continue. The program, please, you can reach us on the phone lines on your screen. You can call to ask any question or make your opinion count on the issue at hand. All right, go ahead.
So, as I continue saying, for them to tell us that they don't know how much that is in circulation, how much they are rebranding, I don't understand that one at all. And you still answer Central Bank. You still answer Central Bank. How can I accept it? I've actually go to wedding ceremonies.
Please, let's pause and get to know who is calling
Okay.
here. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome to Good Morning Anambra. Your name and where you're calling from, please. Can you be a little bit audible? Okay, go on, please.
I'm watching you people live on the internet. So I congratulate I want to learn more about what this Nigerian currency of. So the only thing I have to say there is I don't know how I will do that. Or how to always plan more things. But one of the main problems is they will just have meetings with themselves overnight. They just come out with 1 or 2. They want to do it, but their own benefit. Don't consider how the matter put it. If you are, in this continent, they are important. Giving monthly salary of 10,000. Monthly salary of 5,000. Yeah. Okay. I thought because you are the work cash, to pay somebody who works for complete the most 5,000 and the person works on the road. And they want that ready, so it is one paper now, just lost. I don't think I'm not telling you of us currently what I'm not that. It's not that. It's not even the main.
All right, thank you very much. Though we didn't get to clearly all you said, but the major thing is that it's like our leaders just sit together, plan whatever they want to
without considering,
to dish it out to Nigerians. All right, okay, you're still saying something before the call came. We are talking about the impact of the whole process.
Yes, I say it's going to be catastrophic. Because there will be a lot of confusion everywhere. And you are targeting big man. Equality of the people at the shop floor. What do? Our problem here is that we always think that Dangote is a standard. That this man is a standard. There are people that are sovereign in this country. Let us tell ourselves the truth. And you are making policy that will affect them without giving them ample opportunities to contribute. So the positive aspect of it, the negative aspect of it, I don't know. I don't think there is even positive. When they say you are having mutilated naira and all this, that is story.
We may have more beautiful notes now.
No, beautiful note does not. It does not translate to the purchasing power of naira. What is important is, even if it is ordinary paper given to you, I say it's a legal tender. The purchasing power of that naira is more than the beauty of that currency, no matter how you paint it. If I can take that money to the market and buy it cheap, that is money. Is it not?
Of course it is.
But if you give me very fanciful money and so on, I go to the market, I cannot buy anything. Is it money?
Well, what about the people that will now bring those money they've stashed to the bank? Isn't that a positive?
The one that they told us that I start in a house in Abuja, did you know about it?
Okay.
Let's hear you. Hello, good
Hello, good
morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from, please? You said?
My name is Mr. from Makoto.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. So my contribution to that is that it's so choked up from Canada and from now. Because they may tell you that network is clear one side and network is not clear to one side. It's not to bring one side down. So let us break about the issue of disaster or spending money. Now, after election, something can hold.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much. Time noted. We've noted that. Please, let's run because of our time. There's something I think is important for us to look at before we wrap up this show. You know, they've given us a deadline they said that the new and existing notes shall remain legal tender and circulate together till January 31, 2023. The distribution of new notes will start from December 15. Now I know that I've traveled outside this country for once, and I had one old pound. I don't know when they used it, so I was told to walk into any bank and give it to them. They will give me what they are using then. So I don't know if our country does that, because naira is government property. That even after changing, or because we are crying that the time is short, that every Nigerian, or even if you're not a Nigerian and you're holding our old notes, you can walk into any bank, give it to them, they give you the one that is in use currently. Can we have that here? Is it possible?
In Nigeria?
Yes.
I laugh. We're all Nigerians. You know that it cannot. All they say 31st.
So after that, if you come with any
they
won't accept
they
it.
will close up. They're not interested in what you are suffering. Are they interested? They're not interested. So whether you are holding money, you couldn't let's hand to it. Maybe you find it like women that keep their money in various purses and bags. They cannot change it too. That is why we are saying that it is hasty. If you want that to work, let it move that it should not affect what the people already had. Because the money you are rebranding. Even before 31st, you see people rejecting the old note. Really? Yes, I tell you, in this country.
Okay, I think let's take this.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from, please?
I'm calling from Badagry. She's been back to February. I'm calling from Badagry.
Good morning, Ifeguanu.
I want to contribute to this issue that on the currency in Nigeria.
Go ahead.
Nigerian policy is not. Thank you. The Nigerian policy is not helping the poor masses of this country. And the second citizen of this country doesn't have any help from this government. What I was expecting is that when they want to introduce new currency like this, they should at least give some time that will enable people to meet up of changing the currency. And even if they are using it to pass to those that are holding the money, or those that are having the huge amount, I feel they're supposed to give some little space for those that are business people that don't have much money to change. They're supposed to give them that limitation. That from such amount down, that you can be able to walk into any bank and have your money changed. But when you are coming with a huge currency, that is where you are liable to be bullied. The Nigerian policy are not in such. They want to suffer both the poor masses of this country. So they don't have anything for this poor masses of this nation.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Point noted. Okay, Nigerians are still reacting. This is our brother calling from Cotonou, right?
No, Badagry.
Badagry, sorry. Okay, we have a lot of other people reacting to the same issue. Now, the question is, what's the way forward? What should be done on the part of the citizens, on the part of
the government?
Nigerian government?
Okay. Many things, could be done. Okay.
Let's let this last person. Hello, good morning. You're welcome to Good Morning, Anambra. Your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Adiola Odukoya from Zaria.
Good morning, Nadia.
Thank you. So all these things that are going on is not based on repairing Nigeria. All they are trying to do is just to caution and to put the masses in jeopardy. All these things, they have been doing it for long. During the year ago, just only within 7 days, this thing was done. That is in order to caution people that are hiding money. But right now, the time begins now. Is it for they know what they have in their account. They know how they make money. The money that they want to change. The bank manager, the central bank manager know how to carry their money to them in their house and to collect their own back to them. So I want to just know that all they have to do with all the problems we have in Nigeria, they are adding more problems to us in Nigeria. May God be with us.
Thank you.
All I know that all of them, they will pay for it back at the end. Thank you.
Thank you for your contribution. All right.
Quickly.
Yes. The things we could do is that the federal government has taken a decision, on the public, and what we do is to get ready. If they say it must hold, we have to get ready and do it. We can't fight with them. It's a monetary issue that if he says it starts from this date and ends that date, once he ends, he has ended, unless you start going to court to challenge it. But I think that we have to get ready to do that. But one other thing I want to add is that after hearing what people are complaining about, that is a harsh economic decision, the federal government, if they had not already redesigned the Naira and kept somewhere, they can go to redesign 100 Naira notes. If they pick a single note, like the 100 Naira, the 1,000 Naira note, 1,000 Naira note, because this 1,000 Naira note is put together, is bigger than both 500, 200, and 100. So that is the bulk of the currency, the note that is where the money is. So they can go ahead and rebrand 1,000 naira note. When they do that, they still get what they want. Maybe successive governments can keep redesigning the other ones. There's no need stampeding the...
Your comment before we go, okay?
I think we have talked a lot. You see, the government in a democracy is government of the people, by the people. You cannot take any decision without the people. The people are saying that it is painful. Therefore, as a leader, listen to them. Okay. So that's my thinking.
Okay,
they should defy it.
Listen to the citizens.
They should defy it
for this once. All right, we can go on and on, but our time is fast spent. Sorry, our callers, we can't take more calls because of time. And sorry, we opened the lines much late. Okay, yeah. Don't worry, tomorrow is another day. But I would like to thank you so much, on guest this morning. Talking of the cooperative expert and social affairs analyst, Chief Ralph Miki. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ichie Odomo, the economic consultant. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
From my colleague?
Yeah, thank you. And for those out there, thank you for being part of Good Morning Anambra today. Tomorrow we'll definitely bring you a fresh edition of what we have in store for you.
All right, and that's just about it. My name is Nonya Wokoye.
And I'm Ajunichuku Okabwe.